would stop counting out loud.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm John, and tonight I want answers about the war on Christmas. There's no stopping me now. There's no stopping us now, because we're live.
John wants answers. John wants answers. Give John answers. Give John answers. John wants answers. John wants answers. Give John answers now.
Check your calendar. If it says December 12th, 2013, then we're live. Ho, ho, ho. It's the most festive month of the year. And it's the last show of 2013.
I'm never particularly festive in December.
No?
No.
You have the hat that gives people the
It's
impression.
just to keep my head warm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause in January you don't wear
Because
that
it's
anymore.
freaking cold out.
We're having a cold snap now.
We are. I blame Al Gore.
You know, it's so cold outside. I was walking through the park on the way here, and swear to God, I saw a squirrel putting a blanket on his nuts. I was expecting more laughter.
You're no Letterman. Yeah.
My guest tonight is Keith Stattenfield. He's a host of Keith Explains. It's a great show on this station.
It is, although you've never seen it.
No, you've never seen
No,
it.
I've never seen it. Certainly no recent ones.
It's on Wednesdays at 8:30.
It is.
But they're probably 6 months old now. You're my guest tonight because you're a news junkie,
Yes.
history buff,
Yes.
and you are in the army against Christmas.
Yes.
Okay. If you've never seen the show before,
And you
this
haven't.
is like a courtroom drama.
Not.
I'm the prosecutor.
It's not.
My guest is the expert witness.
Yeah. Well, expert. Yes. Witness. No.
And you at home are the jury and in the studio. And it's your job to convict or acquit the topic.
It's their job to change the channel, for God's sakes.
What's that?
It's their job to change the channel.
Change channel.
Yeah.
Away from this.
Matlock is on, people. Matlock is on.
This is real life Matlock. We'll be taking your tweets tonight. You can tweet us at John Wants Answer. There's no S on the end because the S is for suck and we don't.
Not anymore. Not since we got that cream.
So tweet us and we'll take your messages later in the show and we'll debate with you about the topic, the case.
Okay.
And if you don't like Twitter, ever since they
Who
IPO'd,
does?
they've sold out.
They
have
have.
sold out. If you don't like Twitter, go to johnwantsanswers.com. There's a link right there at the top of the page for contact.
Don't try clicking on your TV screen, people. It
No.
doesn't work.
Unless you have web TV.
I don't think even that it works.
Do you think it even works anymore?
I think
If
they
you
shut
had-
web TV down.
If you had a web TV box, would it work? You think?
No, they shut it down.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, go there, click contact, and you can send us a message without using Twitter. And we'll read it on the air and we'll talk about it.
Behind the scenes, does it use Twitter?
No.
That'd be funny if you had like a message to Twitter gateway. You could be
Only
rich.
140 characters
You could
at a time.
IPO. You could IPO.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a PHP script.
Man, don't get fancy.
This show, you know, a lot of things we couldn't do the show without. And one of them is the continued generosity of our executive producers, Lisa Tamaki
Tamaki.
and Brian Westphal.
Westphal.
Yeah, they pull through every month.
Wow.
And every month I think, wow, that show sucked. They're not going to continue doing this.
They're not going to keep
But
doing
they
this.
keep coming through.
Poor decision making on
They
their
keep
part.
pulling through.
Yeah.
All right.
What dirt do you have on them? I've always wondered.
Reminds me of this movie
Funny story.
called-
We're live, so anything you say.
I think he thinks I have dirt on him, but I don't.
Wow.
Now
It's like your own personal the wrong guy.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to say that. Okay, so our first case, John versus the War on Christmas. There's like a ghost
There is.
living in the apartment.
There's a little bit
above
of an
us,
echo there at the end.
and
it was
every time I do the show, he plays piano
Yeah.
really loud.
today I
for,
think
like-
he threw a little bit of Christmas cheer into it.
Yeah. We're going to talk about the War on Christmas. Is this really a war or merely
for
a
God's sakes,
military
no,
maneuver?
No, it's wars are declared by Congress.
Uh-huh.
Congress hasn't declared war since like 1941.
But didn't Congress put into the Constitution the separation of church and state? Which is
No,
why you
no,
can't
actually,
say
it's not
Merry
in the
Christmas.
Constitution.
First Amendment,
No, no.
right? The
First
separation of
Amendment
church and
separation of church and state is in a letter from Jefferson to a pastor.
No, I'm sure it's in the Constitution.
Well,
More
you and the Supreme Court would have vague words.
Okay.
There's no establishment of a religion.
Right. So we have a bunch of holidays in the course of like 6
Yeah,
weeks.
they're not, and we have too many. They're not spread out well.
We have it begins with Thanksgiving.
Canadian Thanksgiving.
Well, sure. Then we have Black Friday. Which
It's barely-
is
it's not a
really
holiday. Not a
It's
holiday.
you get off work and you do stuff. We have Hanukkah. Am I saying it right? Is there a in it? Hanukkah?
I'm not going to try.
Okay.
You had a guest a couple shows ago could answer that.
Yeah, I
for
should have asked that then.
you.
Then we have winter solstice.
Yes.
We
Not
have
technically a holiday, more
well,
of a
you know, the-
astronomical event.
well, the pagans, they really celebrated that thing. They threw wild parties.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, yeah. Then we have Christmas.
Yes.
We have Boxing Day right after that.
No, Canadians have Boxing Day.
Well, I'm just listing holidays around the world here. We have Kwanzaa,
Kwanzaa,
which is a American.
American invented holiday. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have New Year's Day. And then we have the day we had to take down
New
our.
Year's Eve.
Well, yeah.
And you forgot the whole 12
I
days
didn't
of
do all the
Christmas.
eves. I didn't do all the eves. There's New Year's Eve. There's Christmas Eve. The 12 days.
You did Thanksgiving. I mean, that's like Black Friday Eve.
Sure. Okay. So we have a lot of holidays.
Too many people.
And now the war on Christmas, as I understand it, is because people might say Happy Holidays, or they might say Season's Greetings, instead of Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Like, how dare you mention any other holiday but the one we like, Merry Christmas specifically?
Pretty much, yeah.
I know when I was growing up, we used to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah.
I don't know why the Christmas had to be merry and the New Year had to be happy. Like,
Well,
well,
try saying the other way.
Happy Christmas and Merry New Year.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's just as good. Is this a real thing, or is this something that bugs Bill O'Reilly?
Yes.
Every
yes.
year they show a clip of Bill O'Reilly going on about Christmas.
Yes, and Sarah Palin.
Her too?
She wrote a book.
About Christmas?
Oh, but
In
the war on
on
Christmas.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, all the news I see is from The Daily Show.
Well, of course.
So
yeah.
imagine, because they show the war on Christmas every year.
You should get a newspaper.
Prince is dead.
New York Times has a deal. You can get it online. You can get it online.
No, New York Times you got to pay for.
That's what I mean. There's a
Online.
deal. It's like $8 a month.
That's $8 more than I pay for Yahoo News, which is
Okay. Thanks, Marissa.
free. So it's just Bill and Sarah.
Others, yeah, there's
Yeah.
lots of people.
Is it a big thing, or is it two people
it's
making
made
it into a
up.
big thing?
It's,
It's made up?
it's an invented outrage.
Because people are saying these things. People say Happy Holidays and Season's Greetings to be culturally sensitive. Okay, let's say you're Jewish.
And because people start saying it like November 26th, then it seems crazy to be wishing people Merry Christmas when it's
It's like a month
30
away.
days away.
Yeah, yeah. Like, let's say you're Jewish. Mazel tov.
Let's say I
and all
am.
that, and nice bris, whatever. And if I said Merry Christmas to you, well, that's not,
It
doesn't match
do
up.
me a bit of good.
no.
No.
If I say Happy
Because I'm
Holidays,
not going to have a Merry Christmas.
No, you're not. You're going
I'm
to
gonna
be
go out-
eating Chinese food.
I'm going to go out for Chinese food and see
and
a
you're going to
movie.
watch a movie. Yeah, yeah.
Well, actually, I've done that on Christmas, and I'm not Jewish. So maybe that's not actually the way Jews observe Christmas.
From the Jews I know, that seems pretty typical. Yeah. I think actually there's signs in the windows of Christmas restaurants saying, we don't know why, but thank you, the Jews, for coming to us
They're
every
coming
year.
to us, yeah.
Yeah. So, as a Jew, we're pretending you're a Jew now. Are you offended that I say Merry Christmas? Or would you be offended that I say Happy Holidays? Because it kind of covers your...
It does. There's also Season's Greetings,
Yeah, I got that. Season's
which
Greetings,
intends to cover the whole
Yeah.
thing.
So are we being bad to Jesus for not calling him out?
I don't think he'll mind. He's a very forgiving guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, good.
Yeah.
I've heard that about him.
Yeah.
So Christmas is the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. It's a celebration of the birth, but it's not actually held on the anniversary of his birth.
Almost certainly not.
Yeah. So scholars, biblical scholars, who know
Yeah.
lots about Bibles and stuff, say
And,
They're not sure when he was born.
and non-biblical ones.
Probably June, maybe March.
April. I've heard April.
I heard a lot of things. Yeah, April, sure.
Yeah.
Because here's some facts. Here's some facts, man.
Facts.
So in the Bible, shepherds were tending to their flocks at night.
Yes.
In December, they don't do that.
That might be more in the song.
In
than
December,
in the Bible.
they are indoors because it rains and it's too cold.
Yeah. Well, what about the sheep?
Yeah, it's too cold. Yeah, for them it's too cold and wet.
What, they bring the sheep indoors?
Or like a barn, not like inside their house, but like, you know.
If you were a shepherd and you had a barn, why wouldn't you keep your sheep in the barn every day?
I like that. I'm not a shepherd. I couldn't answer that.
Yeah.
So Joseph,
the
not father of Jesus,
let's not offend our viewers.
the dude dating Mary,
husband of Mary.
Were they married?
That I believe is pretty firmly established
Husband,
in the
okay.
literature.
then why is she a virgin? If they're married, they didn't have to. Be that
Bad
way.
sex ed in the very, very early years.
Okay.
I mean, he knew what it was because he'd been married before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
She was his second. She was his
wow.
second wife.
Wow. Are you making this up?
No, I
Because
don't
we'll
think I am.
get
I think-
letters.
I think that's a fact.
Anyways, long story short, too late. Joseph is going back somewhere for the Roman census,
The Roman census
which does not happen in December.
never happened in December.
No, it
Usually
happened in the
in like
summer.
March and April.
Yeah, because you don't want to travel in December. You could die in the cold or something. People
Well,
die in colds.
It's
back
in
then.
Israel. I mean,
Sure, it gets cold in winter.
no, it doesn't.
So this is what I've read. I've researched this last night.
Wow, did it involve Wikipedia?
Yes.
Because that thing's riddled with errors.
So the Catholic Church, they say we want to have a date where we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Celebrate it. It's not the anniversary, like his birthday. They'll celebrate it. And they go, when can we pick? And they're like, this holiday the pagans have is bothering us. The pagans have this holiday, winter solstice, that they'll go crazy about. And they're pagans. We don't like them. So we want to get rid of that holiday. And what better way to get rid of it than by replacing it with our better one? So they said Christmas, December 25th. So we'll displace all these pagans in their December 21st holiday, which actually they celebrate on December 25th because they didn't have the instruments like we do today. So they noticed the days getting longer 4 days after they actually started getting longer.
Wow. Wikipedia is riddled with errors.
You don't
people.
believe this? Which part of this?
Well,
do you
so
think
first
I'm
of all, right, at the time you're talking, 200-300 years after the death of Christ,
yeah,
the Christian church, the leadership was the Roman Catholic Church, right? Because they had taken over, and many Romans and Roman government had in fact become Christians. The Emperor of Rome was a Christian. Romans celebrated Saturnalia.
what is?
So they didn't call it a pagan holiday, they called it our holiday. Saturnalia, which happened at the solstice in honor of the god Saturn, and they, replaced the god. But that said, I mean, Christmas was never a huge holiday on the scope of Easter for, until pretty recently. And I think if we hadn't gotten the notion of giving your family presents, and then lots of presents, and then huge numbers of presents, that Christmas would still be nowhere near as big of a holiday as it is today. When you go back 200 years, they may have celebrated Christmas, but it's one of those things that, you put the decorations up 3 days before and you take them down 2 days after. There's none of this, it turns into a 2-month-long thing.
I think when they secularized it, it got big.
It did, yeah.
The
'cause-
gift giving and the trees and the Santas.
And the
And,
stores want a theme to put their decorations around, and the stores want...
Stores want money.
Well, they want a reason to encourage people to buy more things.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't hurt that it's near the end of what is many stores' fiscal year, because if you can squeeze in a couple more sales this year, it looks better than next year.
There you go. So my take from this
Yes.
was there's not a war on Christmas. Christmas was actually a war on winter solstice.
Wow.
That's really what's happening. It's a war on winter solstice because now no one celebrates it.
Which is really on the tilt
So I
of
guess
the
they
earth.
kind of won.
It's a war on tilt. 21.5 degrees.
Well, we're on the celebration of the tilt. And in pinball, that's bad. You don't want to
tilting is bad. Tilting is bad. That's what I
Everything
remember
turns
from
off.
that song.
What,
Little deaf, dumb, blind boy.
Pinball Wizard?
Yeah.
Is that about a deaf,
Deaf, dumb, and blind boy.
How could he, if he's deaf and blind?
He's a pinball wizard.
How's that possible?
Pinball wizard.
All right. Well, that's our half point. We gotta go for a break now. When we come back, we're gonna take your tweets and your text messages and emails.
My phone's been going crazy.
Yeah. So see you soon. Okay. Man, who's like? I'm getting all these
What are you
messages.
doing for the holidays, man?
I'm driving up and down El Camino.
Isn't that New Year's?
No, that's Christmas.
That's Christmas.
New Year's, I have no plans.
Yeah.
Keith, you say your phone's going off? I thought your phone's supposed to be in airplane mode.
Yeah, but
It is, but Wi-Fi's on. And,
these are not.
No, my phone is not in airplane mode.
What?
but that said, it was only 2 messages, and actually,
I'm
none of them
watching
had
the
anything to do
show.
with it.
I teased.
Where did you get that hat?
Yeah, but then
You
they
look
won't
cute
get
in that hat.
Where did you get that hat?
Your hat is too funny.
because they know better than to watch.
Wikipedia is written with errors.
Riddled with errors.
Who's that guy? He's boring. I mean, I shouldn't have read that out loud.
It could have been talking about me.
You should have me on the show. You look
Adorable. Adorable.
citric. Yeah, I don't know what this person's saying. Do we have any
You
messages?
gotta stop getting texts from the prison, John.
Any useful tweets?
Especially the women's prison. Especially the women's prison.
That went to a weird place.
Oh,
I know.
we have some likes. Kevin Poe from work likes the photo I was in. And Jeannie likes the photo I was in. I got to press on Safari.
Look what I brought this month. Look what I brought.
What is that? Earthquake? Is a canned earthquake in here? Whoa!
Canned earthquake.
Whoa!
Yeah.
It's still going.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, John, since we're on break, your doctor called while you're on break.
Yeah.
Tests are negative,
Oh.
That's a we're
My doctor
sorry.
actually did call today.
but the rash will clear up.
Yeah.
With ointment.
Oh, we got someone tweeted a picture of us. Let me see what it looks like.
That's incredibly nice.
Hey, why is there a picture of a cat? That's being tweeted to us.
That's a cute cat.
It's a nice cat. As cats go.
I mean, and the one on the left is also nice.
My phone's exploding. Okay, I have to read my emails.
Okay.
This thing forever, man. I got so many ways to contact me that it's going
Yeah.
crazy. Mystery Man.
Do you make any money from these commercials that are running right now?
They're PSAs. We gotta record them while we're here. Let's record them while we're here. PSA on don't do drugs. Look at the camera.
Don't do drugs, kids.
I'm John from John Wants Answers. And let me tell you, we couldn't have got to where we are today if we did drugs. Because drugs screw you up. Now we're nerds, you know, true.
Nerds.
We don't have that experience you get from drugs.
No, we don't.
But our life is together.
it is. We're hip people.
If you want
and
your life to be together.
we're loved.
When you say together, you mean with each other?
No.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, there is now, because that hat just totally does nothing for me.
The more you know.
I just
Sorry
want
about
to
this.
know.
I think that's trademarked. I think
It is a trademark?
now NBC is going to sue you.
Wow.
Oh, coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, and we're back. And we've got lots of tweets and messages to share with you today. We have a message from Mystery Man. Who went to the
Mystery
website.
Man.
He went to the website and talked to us. There was a fourth wise man. He turned away because he bought a fruitcake. He was turned away because he bought a
Did.
fruitcake.
Yeah.
Doo-doo-doo. We're getting a lot of tweets here. Let me read some tweets. Wait, how do I do this? How do I use this? I gotta click that, click there, click there.
That's a lot of clicking.
Where did you get that hat? This hat is slightly stolen.
Slightly stolen.
Well, not from a store. My wife got it, and then she stopped using it because I kept using it instead. So that's how it worked.
I think in a community property state,
That's not stealing.
that's not technically theft.
My hat. My hat's too funny. Wikipedia is written with errors.
Riddled
I think
with
we've
errors,
figured that
yes.
out. Who is that guy? He's boring. That's Keith Stattenfield.
Keith Stattenfield.
Yes.
At StattenF on Twitter.
I'm going to kill you. I should call the authorities about this one.
You should.
Even though she does love the hat, and I am too funny, and we are not hip people.
We are not.
Yeah, so that's
How
a lot of.
did
stuff.
she hear us saying we were hip people? We were in break.
Did we say we were hip?
I think we did. Remember when we were doing that PSA?
I remember doing the PSA. I remember saying we
Yeah,
were
but-
nerds. If I recall, I said we're nerds, not hip.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the show.
Back to the show.
Um,
And the skirmish on Christmas.
so today's Christmas isn't that
Undeclared war on Christmas. The
undeclared war. Is it a military operation?
Yeah.
30 days. We have 90 days to finish it off before Congress has to vote on it.
yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. So Christmas today is not much about Christ. I mean, there's sort of a lot of.
Well, it depends
You
on
can
who you
easily
are.
divide it.
Depends on who you are.
Christmas trees, not Christ.
Not terribly. No.
Exchanging gifts, not Christ.
The wise men.
The wise men gave him gifts.
Well,
I'm not giving gifts
Joseph
to
and Mary.
Jesus. I'm giving gifts, to people
I mean,
who.
I
mean
guess they
something to
brought
them.
the gifts for him because they realized, being wise men, that
He needed
was the
myrrh.
Messiah,
He needed some myrrh.
and therefore would eventually be king of all men on earth.
Santa, eggnog.
Not
snowflake?
Christian. No, certainly snowflakes are not Christian.
It's just precipitation. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. So seculars like
Rudolph,
myself,
reindeers?
Yeah.
No, not.
we can celebrate Christmas without any Christ being involved. So let me talk about some of the other holidays. We have a Boxing Day. No one really knows what Boxing Day is. There's lore.
Especially Americans. Especially Americans.
It's mostly like a Commonwealth holiday. It's like Australians celebrate.
You got to
and
put
British.
holiday in quotes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
holiday.
It's the day after Christmas or the weekend after Christmas, right?
In Canada, grew up in Canada. At least when I left, not that long ago, 18 years ago. And you're old when you say not that long ago, 18 years ago.
Yeah.
Boxing Day, it was a real holiday, and stores were not allowed to be open.
Wow.
But it was the biggest shopping day of the year.
Man.
So the stores
Canadians
would
are
open.
terrible at following the law.
The stores would open because that's huge sales.
Yes.
Everyone would go shopping. The police would come by and fine all the stores.
Yes.
But of course, the money they made off the sale was so bigger than the fine
Yeah.
that they would keep
So
doing
it
it.
was win-win for the government and the stores.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they stopped doing that. They stopped doing the fines. Now it's totally legal. So
That sounds like a bad deal for the government.
in the old days, I think
I mean, it
there's-
used to be win-win. Now it's win-lose.
now it's win nothing, not win lose. Yeah. I heard Boxing Day was all about employers giving their servants or employees little boxes of
Yeah, like the Christmas box.
whatnot.
I heard what
Yeah.
it's called, yeah.
yeah. But that doesn't happen anymore.
No.
So we have the Boxing Day sale in Canada because you don't have
Canada.
a Black Friday. Because our Thanksgiving, which we have one of those, but it's in October.
Or September.
It's way too
Sometimes
soon.
it's in August, I think.
No, it's October, and it's way too soon to be buying Christmas gifts. Back in, I don't know, October, I guess.
Okay.
So
You've obviously never seen Kickstarter.
why is that?
All I'm
Am
saying is
am I getting something
all I'm
from
saying
Kickstarter?
is, to a lot of my friends, I'm sorry you're not going to get your present till like February because Kickstarter slipped and there's nothing you can do about it.
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
I don't like New Year's Day because it seems just so arbitrary. You're just changing a calendar and that's it. And nothing's really changed. And New Year's
This is what bothers you about New Year's Day.
most
That
of it.
there's an arbitrary day when we've decided to change the calendar.
Well, I know changing the calendar is not arbitrary. It's arbitrary that we just celebrate it for no good reason.
No, we celebrate it because everyone's hungover.
From the New Year's Eve party, but
But that was the year before. You can't blame that on the next year. But everyone's hungover, so no one wanted to go to work.
New Year's resolutions are designed to fail. And I'll tell you why. Because if you really wanted to change something about your life, you would just do it. If it's a New Year's resolution, you're procrastinating already. It has procrastination built in. And if you're not serious enough about it, to not procrastinate, it's not going to work. So do your resolution right now. That's my advice to you. I was getting real
Wow.
with the audience.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have one New Year's resolution every year.
Did you ever?
Start writing the next year in the checks.
And sometimes you don't. You fail.
And I can't do that now.
Oh, crap! The 1906 earthquake. You started up again.
It's not 1906.
No, which one's this one? 1989.
This is some bottled 1972
72
from Southern California.
No, it says San Francisco on the front cover.
Oh, that's just
That's just marketing?
That's the picture.
I don't recall a
They
72
didn't
earthquake.
think to put any earthquake in cans in 1906. For God's sakes, they were too busy recovering.
The canneries were all busy with the smelt in the whatever they have in the bay.
Smelt.
That's what they have.
Yeah,
Good
well, not
guess.
anymore.
It's all gone now. Bay fish is all full of mercury.
Yes,
You know that San Jose had one of the biggest.
mercury capitals of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They had a big mine.
So
there
that's
and-
why the newspaper's called the San Jose Mercury News.
I know.
Yeah.
I just learned that, like on PBS.
Wow.
Like a month ago. PBS.
You should read
If
more.
you call in the next 1 hour to PBS, you can get a tote bag in the special documentary on the bay. Save the Bay.
Really?
Christmas decorations, they should be taken down by January 15th, right?
By some January 15th.
By some January 15th? Doesn't matter which one.
It just seems arbitrary, is what I'm saying.
Um,
I mean, who cares if your Christmas tree is still up in February? As long as you've got Christmas in your heart. Stay in school,
had an
kid. Stay in
issue
school.
in my house,
Yes?
one year we had a Christmas tree.
Only once?
One,
Is there a reason it only happened once?
yeah, it was there in December.
Yes.
It was there in January.
Yes.
It was there in February.
Yes.
I think it was there in March
Yes.
and possibly April.
Yes.
So I decided I had to put a foot down
Yes.
and say no to the
To the tree ever again.
tree ever again.
You're like a modern day Grinch.
I'm very Grinchy. I've been accused of that before.
Yes.
Yeah.
By me.
You?
I've accused you of being a Grinch. You're very Grinch-like.
In what way? How would you say?
Well, I think your heart is like 2 sizes too small.
Because I took Betty Lou's gift. Her name's not Betty Lou. The little
Betty Lou Who.
who?
Remember, all of their last names were Who. It was freaky. Like I don't know how the white pages would have worked there.
And the mailman. We've got like all the mail be messed up. I
Yeah.
imagine every day. Like Mr. Who. And we have to like Mr. Who on there.
Yeah.
Then you're
That would
screwed.
never work. That would never work.
And like Doctor Who. I imagine more than Doctor Who.
No, that's
Oh.
trademarked. Trademarked.
I'm being told that we should be wrapping up our show because we're out of time.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see Ellen the other day?
No.
Yesterday?
No,
oh,
I
man,
didn't.
Ellen, she loves it. That's
Here's the thing.
thermostat.
I have a day job.
Yeah?
Yeah,
you-
I can't be sitting around watching daytime television.
You've got a DVR, so you could be watching that. I mean, we're out of time. We can talk about creepy or hilarious.
Creepy. Oh, quick, go quick. Is it something you did?
Yes.
Creepy.
Okay.
Do another one. Do another one. Is it something you did?
It's not something I did.
Creepy.
Stay tuned for Stranger Music coming up
Stranger
next.
music. It's good,
And then
but
what-
a little creepy.
And then What the Bleep. Hey,
What
that's
the
Jim's show, What the Bleep.
Jim's
Hey,
show.
Jim, am I on your show tonight? I'm on the show tonight. Keep watching for What the Bleep. I'm on it. I'm hilarious.
I'm not on. Is John creepy on your show tonight, too, Jeff?
Our next show is January 9th. So come back in January and see us, 2014. It'll be a whole new year. A whole new year.
January.
Good job. Happy New Year.